Now, you know I had to come in here and talk about this. Man, this is some breaking news. We're in the politics realm. Smash the like, hit, and subscribe. This your boy. Anytime I could put my foot in Quagmire's ass, I will. That's right. Like I said before, anytime I get a chance to put my foot in Quagmire's ass, aka Matthew Gaetz. Now, some shocking new developments just came down as the congressman and a former official in Florida sent money to women using cash apps. The receipt showed. Now, for those of you not aware, Matthew Gaetz is under investigation for committing federal crimes into paying women for sex and travel for hotel rooms and other things. Right? That will be a violation of a federal statute. Right? Justice Department investigation and Representative Matt Gaetz and the indicted Florida politicians focus on their involvement with multiple women who were recruited online for sex and received cash payments, according to people close to the investigation, and text messages and payments received and reviewed by the New York Times. That's where this article is coming from. Investigators believe Joel Greenberg, the former tax collector in Seminole County, Florida, who was indicted last year on federal sex trafficking charges and other crimes, initially met the women through websites that connect people who go on dates in exchange for gifts, fine dining, travel, and allowances, according to three people with knowledge of the encounter. Now, Mr. Greenberg introduced the women to Quagmire, aka Matt Gaetz, who also did the do with them, the people said. What's up, D-Rob, Polo Sports Talk? What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all for being up here tonight. Shout out to Sterling Young for subscribing to the channel. And also, I wanted to give another special shout out to this individual. I got his alert yesterday. And shout out to the brother, Mr. Darren Sandler. Darren Sandifer. So shout out to Darren Sandifer for subscribing to the channel yesterday. I really do appreciate it. Another subscriber, shout out to Zada for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Maximus Royalty, what's up, my little brother? What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you for being up here. Steve Alexander, I see you. This is some shocking new developments from Matt Gaetz. What's up, Nick T? Now, one of the women who Mr. Gaetz had sex with, both men, also agreed to have sex with an unidentified associate of theirs in Florida Republican politics. According to a person familiar with the arrangement, Mr. Greenberg had initially contacted her online and introduced her to Mr. Gaetz. Now, Quagmire denied ever paying the woman for sex. Now, the Justice Department inquiry is also examining whether Mr. Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old girl and whether she received anything of material value, according to four people familiar with the investigation. Now, the trafficking count against Mr. Greenberg involved the same girl, according to two people briefed on the investigation. Now, authorities has also investigated whether other men connected to Mr. Gaetz and Mr. Greenberg had sex with the 17-year-old. The 38-year-old Matthew Gaetz was elected to Congress in 2016 and became one of Donald Trump's most outspoken advocates. Because if you remember, Quagmire went to Wyoming to try to get Liz Cheney, who is the number 3 ranking Republican in Congress, out of power after Liz Cheney voted to impeach Donald Trump for his role or the mastermind in the January 6th coup d'etat attempt, right? Now, the New York Times received receipts from the Cash App. We all have Cash Apps. And speaking of which, if you want to donate to my channel, there's my Cash App and my PayPal. Now, back to the regularly scheduled program. and Apple Pay that show payments from Mr. Gaetz and Mr. Greenberg to one of the women, a payment from Mr. Greenberg to a second woman. The women told friends that the payments were for sex with the two men, according to two people familiar with the conversation. Well, that just, shits on Matthew Gaetz' defense about this $25 million extortion plot. Because that's what Matthew Gaetz tried to come up with. He did try to come up with this elaborate thing where they was going, his daddy had to pay somebody $25 million, and in that $25 million, they was going to go to Joe Biden and ask to cop a plea for a pardon. So if there's evidence, and clearly there's evidence there's a Cash App receipt showing that Matthew Gaetz paid the girl for some play. So here's the $1 million question, right? And why is he still part of the House Judiciary Committee when he's under investigation? Because there's some serious allegations here. Why the fuck is he still on the goddamn House Judiciary Committee? If anything, Mike McCarthy, who's the leader of the House, he's the House Minority Leader, right? That motherfucker should have kicked Matthew Gaetz' ass off the motherfucking House Judiciary Committee, barring investigation. Because had this been a Democrat got involved with shit like this, right? Now, mind you, the only person that really came out, and the only two people that came out in defense of Quagmire, right? Jim Jordan, right? And Jim Jordan got shit about him too. Same Jim Jordan who knew of some sexual assaults by the Ohio State team doctor and didn't do anything about it. And QAnon, stupid ass conspiracy theories, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're the only two people that came out in defense of Matthew Gaetz. I was right the first time, Quagmire, right? Everybody else, quiet as a church mouse, right? And from the word I heard in the grapevine, a lot of Republicans, a lot of his constituents would love nothing more than to see Quagmire get kicked out the Republican Party. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they, helped drove the bus. Trouble in the city for one Matthew Gaetz. Now, let's get back to more juicy shit. In encounters during 2019 and 2020, Mr. Gaetz and Mr. Greenberg instructed the women to meet at certain times and places, often at hotels around Florida, and would tell them the amount of money they were willing to pay, according to messages and interviews. One person said that the men also paid in cash, sometimes withdrawn from the hotel ATM. Some of the women took ecstasy, an illegal hallucinogenic drug, before having sex, right? Because if you take ecstasy, right, you're out of it. You're not going to remember too much, right? In some cases, Mr. Gaetz asked women to help find others who might be interested in having sex with him and his friends, according to two people familiar with those conversations. Should anyone inquire about their relationship, one person said, Mr. Gaetz told the woman to say that he had paid for hotel rooms and dinners as part of their dates. This dumbass motherfucker, that's still illegal. See, we should have did. He should have had them sign the love contract off Chappelle's show. Matthew Gaetz should have had them sign the love contract. You know what I'm saying? See, she should have took a page out of the Trump book. See, Trump would have them sign NDAs. That's right. If you tell, goddammit, that's your motherfucking ass. Now, the FBI has questioned multiple women involved in the encounters, including as recently as January, to establish details of their relationship with Mr. Gaetz and his friends, according to text messages and two people familiar with the interviews. Now, no charges have been brought against Mr. Gaetz. Well, that's going to change sooner rather than later. And the extent of his criminal exposure is unclear. Now, Mr. Gaetz' office issued a statement on Thursday night in response to a request for comment. Now, of course, he comes out and denies that he's never paid for sex, right? Okay. Now, it is not illegal to provide adults with free hotel stays, meals, and other gifts. But if prosecutors they can prove the payments to the women were for sex, they can accuse Mr. Gaetz of trafficking women under force. Fraud or coercion. There's also a violation of federal child sex trafficking law to provide anyone under age 18 with anything of value in exchange for sex, which can include Happy Meals at McDonald's, hotels, drugs, alcohol, or even cigarettes. A conviction carry a 10-year mandatory minimum prison sentence, and you're going to have to register as a sex offender. Shout out to the sister Carla Jenkins in the building. Appreciate you for being up here tonight. The investigation stems from the Justice Department continuing inquiry into Mr. Greenberg, who potentially faced decades in prison on 3 dozen charges. The U.S. Attorney's Office of Central Florida initially secured an indictment against Mr. Greenberg in June, alleging that he has stalked a political rival, used his elected office to create fake ID cards. During the investigation, the authorities discovered evidence that prompted them to broaden it, and Mr. Greenberg was indicted in August on the sex trafficking charge. Look, this investigation has been going on for the better part of a year, right? So this was going on when Knocked Mama, Bill Barr was the Attorney General under the Trump administration, right? Greenberg was indicted this week on additional charges accusing him of submitting false claims to receive pandemic relief from the government and trying to bribe a government official. Man, this dude right here, man. You are the company you keep. Now, Greenberg, who was pleaded not guilty to the earlier charges, was scheduled to go on trial in June. He was sent to jail in March for violating the terms of his bail. Now, Gaetz said this week that his lawyers had been in touch with the Justice Department and that he was the subject, not the target, of an investigation. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to change in light of new developments. Now, but it's common for that designation to shift over the course of the investigation, like I just said. Now, Mr. Gaetz, a lawyer, was first elected to the House representing the Florida Panhandle at the age of 34. He is the son of the former president of the Florida State Senate. Mr. Gaetz attended Florida State University and William & Mary Law School before serving in the Florida State Legislature. Now, Mr. Gaetz has sought to divert attention from the Justice Department investigation by claiming he and his father were the targets of an extortion plot by 2 men trying to secure the funding for a separate venture. Now, the men, Robert Kent, a former Air Force intelligence officer who runs a consulting business, and Stephen Alford, a real estate developer who has been convicted of fraud, approached Mr. Gaetz' father, Don Gaetz, about their efforts to locate Robert A. Levinson, American hostage held in Iran. They suggested that Mr. Levinson's successful return could somehow be used to secure a pardon for Matt Gaetz if he were charged with federal crimes, according to a copy of the proposal provided to the New York Times. So Don Gaetz hired a lawyer and soon contacted the FBI. Matt Gaetz and his father wore a wire and a tape meeting with a telephone conversation with Mr. Alford. An email exchange between Gaetz' lawyer and the Justice Department provided to the Times appears to confirm he was generally cooperating with the FBI as it looked into the claims. I think, personally, this is not more than a deflection tactic. That's what I believe. This has nothing to do with why Matthew Gaetz allegedly was out here paying women for sex. And what's this? What is this? What is this? Gaetz out there, I guess he's showing them, I guess he giving a preview what it looks like. He giving the girls a preview. So that's what we doing now, Matthew Gaetz. We out here giving previews of what your little schlong look like. Thank you, my sister Carla Jenkins, for the tidbit. This dude is guilty, okay? You can't tell me anything different, okay? This dude is guilty as fuck, and I can't believe this dude is still on the fucking House Judiciary Committee. And that came out 3 hours ago. So let's let's look at this, class. Let's look at this. Smash the like button too. Smash the like button. Now this was the my fellow sister Carla Jenkins provided to the chat room tonight. Really do appreciate you, my sister. Right? Why are you out here showing nude photos to women? Huh? Showed off to other lawmakers photos and videos of new women he said he had slept with. Now, the sources, according to two people directly showing the material, say Gaetz displayed images of women on his phone and talked about having sex with them. One of the videos showed a naked woman with a hula hoop. A hula hoop? What the fuck? This shit just get crazy in about a minute. This thing just gets crazy in about a minute. And look at that. Look at him. They always got him, and he looking like Donald Trump with 2 American flags in the back, right? Like he had the goddamn Republican National Convention and shit, right? The same old puff piece, bullshit, empty fortune cookie talking point that Nikki Haley tried to do when she tried to revise history after that shooting at Emmanuel AME Church that killed 9 people back in 2015, right? The Dylan Roof incident, right? This dude right here, I think he's really, really stepped in it. Who can ever forget this, right? When the pandemic was in its embryo stages and he pulled this stunt, trying to treat it as a joke. Who can ever forget that, right? One of many Quagmire's greatest hits, right? Who can ever forget last year or 2 years ago, right? He was admonished by the House Ethics Committee for a tweet threatening Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, ahead of the 2019 testimony before the House Oversight Committee. Right? Who can ever forget Matthew Gaetz in the height of the impeachment trial trying to throw Hunter Biden under the bus for his drug use when he found the crack in the car. Meanwhile, this fucking dude, before he was elected in the Congress, was busted for DUI. But hey, he's the pot calling the kettle black. Jay's Perspective, what's up? Tank McBride, what's up, homie? Hot Rod 864. 864. Why that area code sound familiar? You in Spartanburg? What's up? What's up, JJ2121? So appreciate y'all for being up here tonight. Later that year, He led a band of House Republicans who barged into the closed-door House impeachment inquiry, occupying the House Intelligence Committee space for several hours in a publicity stunt to protest the investigation that led to Trump's first impeachment. Found himself in hot water over his spending practices. He improperly spent $28,000 to pay an LLC affiliated with a speech writing consultant. Then he returned the money after he got busted trying to say it was some kind of clerical error. Now, it's funny that, are you in Greenville? Okay, that's what's up. Okay, that's what's up. There's a lot more in Greenville than in Spartanburg, I tell you that. Ain't nothing in Spartanburg. But anyway, now, what's odd about this, Matthew Gaetz, back in 2017, voted against a bill designed to create a coordinator in the DOT responsible for helping states develop policies to prevent human trafficking. This would have been in a unanimous bill had Quagmire not voted against it. Quagmire was the only one to vote against this bill. And who would think that 4 years later, he would be the subject into an investigation into paying underage girls for sex. He tried, of course, hey, deny, right? Deny, and deny again. But those receipts from the Cash App tells a completely different story. Look, man, look. I don't see why the Republican Party has not removed this guy from the House Judiciary Committee. This guy should not be on no kind of committee right now. He don't need to be doing no kind of fucking questioning of anybody regarding anything right now. And truth be told, like I said earlier in the stream, most of the Republican Party don't even want him around. And shout out to Hot Rod 864 for his donation through the Cash App. I appreciate you. He said for Hot Rod, bro, much love. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You want to donate? Like I said, there's my Cash App and PayPal. That's right. Shout out to Hot Rod 864 for his donation to the Cash App. I appreciate you, my brother. That really helps me out a lot. Look, Matthew Gaetz is a troll, okay? He's nothing more than a Trump bootlicker, okay? Between him, Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you have that jackass, dumbass, Brazzers reject Lauren Boebert, right? The same Lauren Boebert that was running around here talking about Black & Decker hammers are more dangerous than actual guns and shit, right? That dumbass bitch, right? Now, mind you, anybody that's shot a gun before know that the hammer is a component on the fucking gun. But she wasn't talking about that. Or she wasn't even talking about the slang term that we use in the hood when it comes to guns. No, she meant an actual hammer that you bang a nail on. The type of shit that you use to bang a nail on the wall and put up a photo or a frame or something. Yeah, an actual hammer is more dangerous than guns. Yeah, that dumbass bitch was running around here saying that shit. So, look, the Republican Party is a freaking mess. Okay? I mean, we can go down the line. Now, don't get me wrong, the Democrats got shit about them too. All right? On this channel we talked about Kamala Harris and the fact that the media and everybody else got her in a witness protection program. We also talk about the many litany of things that Jim Crow Joe Biden has done to the black community. Right? Well, I don't want my children growing up in a racial jungle, to the 86 Anti-Drug Abuse Act, to the 94 Crime Bill, right? Bill Clinton, right? We talked about Bill Clinton. Democrats got shit about them too. But we'll talk about the Democrats or the demon rats in another video. I want to stick right here on Quagmire. What's up, Sterling Young?
What up, man?
So what you think about Quagmire getting himself in some shit?
Well, that's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. Like I said, that's going to haunt him for the rest of his life, because this is like, did he really do that? Did that? It's just...
I mean, the evidence showing that he did. Now, it's all alleged, but you can't come out and say you hadn't paid anybody for sex, and there's a receipt from a Cash App saying that you did.
Wow, man. This is this man it's disgusting from this guy. Because now it's disgusting from guy, because you're paying women, you're paying money for sex. So technically you're a simp and you're stupid. So
what's up, Andy K? Salute to you, Andy K in the building tonight.
Yeah, that just says something like you a simp, like you're a simp and you're stupid, nigga. Because first you I don't know why you want to do that. I don't know why you want to do that. Like, yo, I'm gonna give you money for sex. Like, come on, man. That's like a simp, man. He's a simp, man.
You ain't got no game, motherfucker.
No game.
Like, you ain't got no game.
I just got money. Just money here with him.
The Batman ain't got no fucking game. What's up, JMJ?
What's going on, LB? What's going on, panel and live chat, man? This is crazy, man. Politicians can get away with a whole lot of shit. When it come to us, they want to put us on a 4-page letter. But when it comes to y'all motherfuckers, they want to put when it comes to white folks and all that stuff, they want to put a two-word sentence. When it comes to us, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm really tired of this shit, man.
Hey man, that's why I be getting on got these jackasses like Matthew Gaetz. Hey, shout out to the homie Sketchy Peasant in the building. Yeah, I agree. He better get that 10-year mandatory minimum for transporting minors across state lines. That's right. Shout out to my boy Ja'Cory Jackson in the building. You already know what it is, man. I speak it, I receive it, I claim it. Stephen Brown, what's good with you, man? Salute to you.
So like, 10 years? I don't think they're not gonna give him 10 years. Like,
shit, they better.
Shit, not the judge. Some judges be racist fuck. They'll give for him. They might give him like 3 years.
Yeah, they gonna give him a slap on the wrist. That's all it is. That's all get a slap on the wrist. But it ain't gonna mean shit. They ain't gonna mean shit. They'll give him a slap on the wrist about 2 or 3 years. Or other than that,
or just gonna let it die down. Like, yo, we gonna let the story die down. Like
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Man, when it comes to us, they want a 4-page letter. I don't like fucking Quagmire, yo. I don't like Quagmire.
When it comes to the us, but when it comes to white people, they'll get a slap on the wrist. We gonna get a 4-page letter and 20 years execution, electrocution, and a doggone lethal injection.
Who does electrocution nowadays?
Yeah.
But that's what I always say about these Republicans. They always talk about pedophiles. They are projecting like they are protected by it, but they know they actually the ones doing it. Like, for example, you remember that Pizzgate scandal with Hillary Clinton that was made up by Republicans?
Yeah.
right there. That tells you right there. Because Matt pedophile scandals actually like it's like the chicken come home to roost. Because the ones who actually usually speak the loudest in the room is most likely gonna be the one that's guilty. Because he's showing pictures of underage conquests to all his Republican lawmakers buddies on the Congress floor. It's like it's technically the whole Republicans a bunch of perverts.
He's showing naked girls to other constituents, man. What the fuck, man? I mean, it's already bad enough we got dumbasses like Lauren Boebert in Congress. It's already bad enough we got dumbass senators like Ted Cruz who can leave constituents in Texas to carry his ass to Cancun, Mexico. And, you know, when my daughters had a tough weekend, they wanted to go to Cancun, Mexico, like the good dad I am. I was going to take them right to Cancun. As soon as they got there safe and sound, I was going to come right back to Texas and help my constituents. Get the fuck out of here. Knowing good and goddamn well, your ass wasn't going to come right back. You could come back like 5 days later. You and your wife sitting on beach chairs in the warm sun of Cancun, Mexico, holding hands, sipping on some goddamn Coronas and shit, while your kids is out there in the goddamn water playing with the beach balls and shit. So yeah, miss me with the dumbass shit, man. These guys can't be any more disingenuous. But that just goes to show y'all yet another example of the two systems of America we got to play here. The well-connected tends to be the well-protected. The more affluent, they get their lights cut on quicker. They get slaps on the wrist. Forget about the hypocrisy, the blatant hypocrisy, right? These dudes, they got the unmitigated gall because these motherfuckers ain't got no soul, no conscience in the world, where they can sit up here, do this shit, but don't you do it because they could be the main ones wagging their finger at you.
That's right. That's right, LB. It don't make no sense, man. Just like I said, slap on the wrist for the white folks. But when it comes to us,
they want to add more years. Like
crazy. That's crazy. We can't get ourselves together while y'all motherfuckers can do anything the fuck y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like you. I really didn't like him. I really didn't like him because even though I'm from Florida, and he's a Republican there. I really didn't like him because like you just show off the women you slept with in front of these people, like in front of your lawmakers. I don't know why you want to show that, and like that's disgusting. Because
hey man, there were motherfuckers who don't get no pussy, do man. Motherfuckers that don't get no pussy, they showing. Hey man, that's like with. Hey man,
like he's an annoying, lying, nasty conspiracy theorist. He is annoying, lying, nasty conspiracy theorist. Yapping away with the we news, showing, lying, accusing others of things they never did or say since they want to be a congressman. And he's not being interested in being a congressman. He only interested in being Papa Slay. Of course, his daddy has to bail him out drunk driving charges. When he had that drunk driving charge, his daddy had to bail him out. And not only that, his father had to make sure have the officer fired that gave over the drunk driver. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Because to me, I say he'll get slapped on the wrist because of his daddy.
Yeah. And then goddamn Ron DeSantis, I don't like that motherfucker. That motherfucker look like he incompetent, man. But if it weren't for goddamn Andrew Gillum, right? Andrew Gillum, he lost the election to Ron DeSantis. I will put it past Ron DeSantis to cheat the goddamn election, right? But then again, Andrew Gillum was found in a hotel bucket naked with drugs, vomit, and gay dudes and shit.
Ooh.
That was a wow right there. That was a wow right there. I was like, what is you doing? What
But
what is he
that's how the
doing?
politicians get down in Florida, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you this, LB.
That shut me on.
That messed me up when he did that, and people did videos about that, about Gilliam, Andrew Gilliam. I was like, what is you doing? And you got a wife.
No.
You messing that up.
No, which was
Where
crazy.
that take up though?
He had a male escort and illegal drugs in the motel while his wife and kids are at home.
Yeah, and that's the messed up part about that, sir. That was the messed up part about it.
While your wife and kids at home, nigga, you out here doing drugs and fucking around with women and men.
No.
And then you want to go
Andrew Gillum is a goddamn
Andrew
booty
Gillum
bandit, all
need
right?
to get himself together.
and then you want
Andrew
to come out.
Gillum need to get himself together. And I'm gonna tell you this: they had him try to be the next Barack Obama when it comes to presidency.
Yep. Yeah, he had a lot of people fooled. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
then
Sketchy
come on the interview. And then
I
come
like
on.
this right here. I like his comment.
Yeah.
But Sketchy Peasant, you know well, I know this is the problem with that, right? A lot of these people that's in a position of power are just as corrupt. Look at Kamala Harris, right? Downtown Willie Brown's side piece, right? Look at Joe Biden. I talked about Jim Crow Joe. All them Amy Klobuchar, right? If it weren't for her ass, Derek Chauvin wouldn't be in the goddamn police force so he could be choking motherfuckers to death. All those people that's in positions of powers are just as complicit of why we don't have the reform. They could have easily get these reforms signed. Do all the protests and all this, all the chaos that last year ensued when it came to these police officers and all that. They could have been had all this done, but they chose not to. They chose a whole political theater, put us in the spin cycle to get everybody to calm down and go home. They drafted up legislature that's already in place, right? All you got to do is just enforce the laws you already got in place.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, but we got a lot of corrupt fuckers that goddamn in positions of power, man. They're getting bought, paid for by these unions, political action committees, right? Why do you think we ain't got no police reform yet? Because a lot of these politicians are in the back pocket of these goddamn police unions and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this though. I see this on the news today that I think it's a Raleigh police chief named Brown. You know what I'm saying? She said she gonna retire off of the force and off the stuff. What is corrupt about this shit, man? I think it was Brown. It's a lady named Brown. And I was like, man, we can't have nothing. We can't have nothing. We can't even take over what's it called? We can't take over police chief. We can't take over politics. We can't take over the presidency. We can't take over nothing. And it just had my head swiveled just like that, man. Just made it. Take over my head swivel just like that, LB. I'm sorry.
Man. Yeah, you good, bro. All I know is Matthew Gaetz is guilty as fuck. His ass need to fucking burn for this shit.
Yeah.
You got money, man. That's the smoking gun right there. Receipts from a cash app.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what more evidence did you need, right? Because look, the motive is there. The money is right. You can see that the money was transferred through the cash app, right? That's motive right there. He tried to get him low action and shit. You ain't got no fucking game, Matthew Gaetz, huh? Your game ain't that tizite. That just goes to show you. That goes to show you that motherfucking game ain't that tizite. Dude, you got to shut up all this money in here just to get you low action, huh? And he 38 years old. What the fuck you doing messing with goddamn 17-year-olds and shit? See,
what?
That right there is disgusting.
What? He did what, LB? He did what? He
You know
did
what I
what?
say, motherfucker? 17, he
Uh-huh.
38. He fucking with 17-year-olds. He can't fuck with nobody 39 and 40
He like them young girls.
on his ass.
He like them young girls.
He like them little young tenderonis.
If you believe in love, yeah, he like them.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, what kind of drugs did he get? He giving them opioids and goddamn, Flintstones multivitamins for kids and shit.
Probably hit that stem. Probably hit that stem and sniffing that heroin. Probably hit that stem and hit that heroin.
He taking
Off
his
the
stimulus
nose.
money paying for pussy.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy, man.
Look, by law, this motherfucker need to be taken off the goddamn Judiciary Committee. This motherfucker need to be put in jail right now because I tell you right now, if who's that Georgia representative Jeffries had Hakeem Jeffries implicated in some shit like this. He already been kicked out, right? Because the Republicans, these motherfuckers love being goddamn hypocrites, right? They love wagging their finger when anybody else fucks up, right? He need to be removed immediately. I call Hakeem Jeffries, congressman out of Georgia, my fellow colleague, need to be removed and tried and be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. That was them motherfuckers be saying.
But you got Derek Chauvin up in here getting away with a whole lot of shit with George Floyd. But you can't what's it called, get this motherfucker politician out of here, and that's a slap on the wrist, man. That's fucked up, man.
No,
And that's
they on trial now, so we waiting on the George Floyd thing. That's on trial.
yeah, I
And
know
see,
that's
this the thing. This the thing, right? The prosecution put on a compelling case, right? Now remember, in a court of law, all it takes is one person to not agree, and Derek Chauvin could potentially be a free man. Because it takes all 12 to get a conviction. If even so much as one person on that jury disagrees with anything with that trial, or if there's any questions to where that one person on the jury is not going to hand out a guilty verdict, now we got a hung jury.
But I'm gonna tell you this, LB. Did they do Bill Cosby with the double jeopardy shit? They got away with that shit. He did
Double
two
jeopardy, you
trials.
can't try the person with the same crime.
But that's two trials over there with Bill Cosby, what he did. Y'all trying to let the white folks get away with a whole lot of bullshit. Well, Bill Cosby is still in jail, man, and that ain't fair. And that ain't fair, LB. And that ain't fair.
I would
to show you the two different systems of America we got in play. And Sketchy Peasant. Oh, I didn't even know that Sketchy Peasant. I didn't know he really did that.
I'm really not gonna say about the clip. Because I'm gonna say, like, for example, you see, what am I say? Okay, you see examples like black African American male and females that get killed when by the police, but when the police sees like an unblack person, we handcuff, put a gun on them, and then once they go to trial, some of us blacks, we get life, like 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. For a wife going to court, slap on the wrist, 1 year, 2 year probation. It's just that we never got our just due, and we still not gonna get our just due because it's like a disease that can never get away. So So I just want to just do.
And I'm saying this, man. Y'all get Bill Cosby like that, but you go get Derek Chauvin, the slap on the wrist or whatever. And I'm saying this, man. David Chauvin should get principal charges and do his shit, and that ain't fair. Choking the man on his neck. Oh, they got something on them. They got something on them. And shout out to LVC NBA Talk. He said they got something on them. They got something on them. Fuck that shit, man. He need to motherfucking go. He need to go to jail just like everybody else. He need to go to jail. To everybody else, man. Everybody else, man. Because it ain't fair to us. When we do some shit, we gonna be around here and motherfucker going to jail. To the white folks, they can be around here free as a motherfucker, free as a bird, like Leonard Skinner say, and that ain't fair. And that ain't fair. And that's the bullshit I'm talking about. That's the bullshit I'm talking about, LB, and the panel in the live chat. We do our dirty shit. We go to jail. Y'all do y'all dirty shit. Y'all out in the streets. We out here in the they out there in the motherfucking streets trying to do some more. Some more. And that's what I'm talking about, LB. I'm talking about this panel.
More information regarding quagmire, right?
They get away with a whole lot of shit more than us black folks, man. And that's bullshit, man. I'm getting tired of that shit. I'm sorry I had to go off like that. I'm sorry I had to go off like that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that in another video, but okay. But anyway, but now we back here, right? Look at that. Look at that. What's he doing with fucking Penguin? Roger Stone, right? Some of the most vile, diabolical scumbags of the earth, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing with Roger Stone? Huh?
Just the bullshit I was talking about, LB. You know, white folks can chill with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they be invited to the barbecue or whatever, but they still try to still press your ass up on charges just for hanging around in a motherfucking barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Just we that's all we do is doing the barbecue and all that other stuff. But when we go to y'all barbecue, it's a motherfucking what's it called? It's a motherfucking crime. And I'm getting tired of that shit, man. I'm really getting tired of that shit, LB. I'm really getting tired of this. You know.
Well, this goes to show you the two systems of when it comes to justice in America. Yeah, mandatory, like Sketchy Peasant, he called it out, man. Mandatory minimum 3-strike laws, parole, probation. That's all form of slavery, right? And I got another video. I'm gonna call out the NCAA when they talk about their goddamn slavery and shit, right? Look,
yeah. I'm right with you. Bullshit too.
Hey, hold on, JMJ. Don't cut me off, man. And,
sorry.
If old boy isn't convicted, and I'm right there in your line of thinking, Sketchy Peasant. If Derek Chauvin walks, what happened last year ain't gonna have shit on what gonna happen if this dude walks. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He better not walk. If he walks or gets a little time, man, look, The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Lynx, and the fucking Twins better find a new home to play their goddamn sports games, and there ain't gonna be no more Minneapolis. Tell you right now. But back to this, right? Now, I talked about earlier in the stream about how his constituents really don't like him all that much, right? The Florida congressman's less than stellar reputation, or less than sterling, right? No knock, no pun intended, Sterling Young. His less than sterling reputation amongst his colleagues has many Republicans questioning the wisdom of jumping his defense. So it's bad enough you're in this shit, right? When you're out here being alleged to engage in sex trafficking and all that. It's even worse when your constituents don't even want to jump to your defense. It's like they want to see it. It's like they want to see his ass burn, and they will dance on the ashes. So we already talked about this, right? You know, we all know how much he's a Trump lover and all that, right?
All right.
So in response to the allegations and a question about whether he ever had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old, he told the Daily Beast the last time he had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old, he was 17. As for the Hill, he know he has many enemies and few friends. His support generally lies outside of D.C., and he wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. All right, buddy. Is that what you say? That what you say? Because they could be on your ass now. Now, like I said before in the stream, before you jumped in, right? There's two Republicans, only two, came to his defense. Jim Jordan, right, which I talked about, which he turned a blind eye to a sexual assault involving the team doctor at Ohio State, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who repeatedly boasted the QAnon conspiracy theory, accusing the Democrats of abusing children at a pizza joint in Washington, D.C. Now, while Green compared the Gaetz allegations to a witch hunt and the conspiracy theories and lies like the Trump-Russia collusion, Jordan was more muted. He just said he believed Matt Gaetz. Now, aides to the Daily Beast note that Jordan has one of Gaetz' most closest allies in Congress, and he at the most will offer that tepid statement and the support for Gaetz staying in the Judiciary Committee. Because remember, Jim Jordan is the ranking member in the Judiciary Committee. Jim Jordan, the same guy who turned a blind eye to that sexual assault with the team doctor at Ohio State, he is the ranking member in the House Judiciary Committee. So between him and the House Minority Leader, Matt McCarthy, right, they would have to come to a conclusion when more details come out and more of this shit is proven to be true, whether or not that he should stay on the committee. He should already have been off the committee. I don't know what's taking him so fucking long to remove him from the committee. Why the fuck is he still on the goddamn House Judiciary Committee? Go ahead, y'all.
Oh, you want to go first, JMJ? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Politics is more dominated for white folks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's just because you have people that buck dance for that stuff, so they can stay on the office. And I'm like, man. And I seen a whole lot of stuff. You know, I heard a whole lot of stuff about the politics in this country. We can't even live free. We can't even live free like a champ. You know what I'm saying? And that's messed up for us. That's messed up for us, but they want to try to They try to try to live, try to be. If we do something wrong, we living like in prison systems like slaves. You know what I'm saying? we had to pay bills, if we had the money or whatever. I'm just really mad about this stuff. I'm really mad about this stuff, man. LB, the panel, the live chat, man. I'm really mad about this. You know, LB.
Yeah, I'm mad about this too, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show you the two different systems of government that we have, to where somebody that's black can do something like this and they would literally get railroaded, they'll get the book thrown at them. But somebody like Matthew Gaetz, who's well connected, well protected, complexion for the protection, gets involved in some shit like this, and his ass is not even out of not even out of Congress. She's not even expelled from Congress yet. Where the fuck is Nancy Pelosi that invoking the 14th Amendment? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the Republican Party, man, they all disgusting, man. Whether they're in the House or in the Senate, they all disgusting, man. And then, you know, and then the fact that they still run behind Donald Trump, despite the fact that Donald Trump cost them the House, he cost them the Senate, and he damn sure cost them the presidency. But yet, right, if you leave it up to, you know, old bussy boy Lindsey Graham, right, the guy who likes boy pussy, right? You leave it up to that fucking Bama. He will go to the ends of the earth to support Donald Trump. Him, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. Now, mind you, before Donald Trump even became president, Lindsey Graham was one of his biggest detractors. He called him a misogynist, a xenophobe, all that shit under the sun. As soon as he got president, then Lindsey Graham one of his biggest cheerleaders. Give me a beat.
I'm gonna tell you another one too, LB. Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell too. It goes for Mitch McConnell too.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but you interrupted me. I was gonna say something, but you was.
Oh yeah, Mitch McConnell with that bricked up jack off hand. Yep.
Yeah, but like from the article I say, you know, I will say that you know, it's that happened before he was in public office. You know, what McCarthy's saying with this pedophile, you know, illegal alien, say isn't true. So nothing will happen basically until he's convicted. Now, how I'm taking what he says, like he's saying, so the Democrat Party has made a mistake, in my opinion, for making the individual resign because of public's opinion. When Republicans will keep someone on accusing of human trafficking since they have been convicted. If Republicans aren't worried about what people, then why they should the Dominican Party would be? Why you know, that's all in all. Like if you're not worried about what people think, why should the Democrat Party is? Because
come on, Atlanta Hawks! I need y'all to win this motherfucking game so I can win this $392. Let's go, bitch! All right. Well, now what y'all say now?
it's over. It's all overtime shit. Everything Spurs might get. But yeah.
You know what? Since we in the building tonight, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homie, Wouldn't You Like to Know, man? Let's talk about what's going on in GMJ neck of the woods in the state of Georgia.
What's going on, St. Georgia?
Oh, so did y'all not see the obvious voter suppression that's going on there, to where it's a crime to give somebody food and water? What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that shit. I heard it from you. I heard it from everybody else, man. You can't give motherfuckers food or water or none of that shit, man. You can't. Damn. What the fuck can we do now? Nothing. We can't eat. We can't even take a piss in the bathroom. We say, "You principal charges. You principal charges." You doing this shit, man. I'm getting tired of the US of A. And you supposed to be the richest motherfucker camp in the country. You try to get one state, you get one state, then you get another state. What the fuck you gonna have now? Kings and queens now? Queen Elizabeth, King George up in this bitch. I'm really tired of this shit, man. I'm really, really tired. They try to do like they do it in Britain with Markel with Prince Harry, and I'm getting tired of that shit. And that's why the motherfuckers leaving. And we can't even we can't even motherfucking have kings to we can't have kings and queens for our household. We can't have kings and queens of our household. We just gotta sit there and stay out of trouble. And I'm really tired of that. And I'm really, really tired of it. I'm really tired of that, LB.
Yep.
I'm really tired of that. We come over here, play a basketball game, play a football game. We come here and stay out of trouble. We come over here to what's it called? Drink or something like that. Drink or smoke or whatever they do. You got people right now getting arrested for weed smoke charges. But you got weed smoke charges. You got weed smoke that is free right now. Hemp smoking all that other stuff. So people can smoke it and calm themselves down, man. And I'm really getting tired of that. I'm really getting tired.
To me, looking at the law, I feel like it's unbelievable, because these people realize that the rest of the country and the rest of the world gonna like watch this and are disgusted, because they don't realize the next time they'll attempt to discuss civil rights with China, and they could just roll the tape of Officer Gerald Cletus arresting the state representative and charging her for 2 felonies for knocking on the door. So, these people here don't give a damn about the left. These thinking they care about doing something that's evil. Because the right, because this is a parallel to how Americans censorship on display. Such angry, frustrated with the Republicans just pushing voting rights under the disguise of the people. Decades of investigating to this grafting, cheating, the fraud, the mail-in ballots, the NDAA, talking about the fake news. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Now, mind you, this is the dog whistle. This is the dog whistle that's going on, right? Now, if you flash back to the election in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
When Donald Trump was talking about all these illegal votes, when he's trying to be a goddamn mob boss, I just need to find 11,780 votes. That's all I need to win. So if you could just find me 11,780 votes, then we can make this thing work, right? So basically, trying to get the Secretary of State and the governor to cheat for him. But anyway, so when he was talking about all these illegal votes and all this other bullshit, right? Look, the counties that they were targeting all these so-called illegal votes were in black, and were in counties where they were predominantly black. Okay, so Fulton County, Cobb County, all the counties down there and right near the greater Atlanta area, where it's predominantly black. Morrow, where it's predominantly black. All those counties down there in Georgia is where they were targeting all these so-called illegal votes, right? Now, this is the thing. They came back, they counted like 4 times, right? They all came back and said there was no illegal voting. There was nothing illegal about the votes. Okay? So they signed it. So if you counted 4 times and came back every time and said, well, there was no illegal votes, why would you make new voting laws 2 months later, which you require people who hand in the absentee ballot to provide a picture ID, when when they get the goddamn ballot, you can compare the signature to the signature that you already have on their file. So why would you have them provide an ID? But you let them jackasses tell it, well, you know, it's there to protect the integrity of the election. Get the fuck out of here. We all know what this is all about. This dog whistle politics, right? And I talk about dog whistles all the time. For those of you who don't know what dog whistles mean, in politics, it means code words used to energize a base while not pissing off the opposition. That's dog whistle politics in a nutshell. Okay? Now, Brian Kemp, for all intents and purposes, cheated his way into that governor's seat when he defeated Stacey Abrams. Now, Stacey Abrams, for all intents and purposes, was responsible for getting the votes necessary for Joe Biden to become president. And the only other impact that Stacey Abrams has made is those imprints that she leaves on them chairs when she sits her ass down on it. Now, motherfuckers, and I'm talking like the motherfuckers that's in like all the companies that's over there, like Delta, Coca-Cola, right? For example, those two stand out in general. They need to do something about this shit. Cause them the ones that's paying them donations, them heavy ass donations to them goddamn politicians. They need to go out there and do something about this shit. Or else there need to be a massive boycott. Either way, you can't have this fucking law. This law needs to be stricken down from the record books. Go ahead, Sterling Young.
Definitely. Just calm couldn't get them in Georgia. The people who made up that crime and crap, karma will get them because they fight their own shadows. They oppress their own soul. Because if they suppress the vote in Georgia, thousands of Georgians will rise up to even score. Because them people that did that, they will hurt themselves and earn nothing but consummate of decent men and women everywhere, and they will get their karma. Because now you ruin what. Now you're trying to destroy people's food, trying to do something for the kids, like food and water. That means talking about crime for giving food and water. So you're trying to say, oh, they don't need food and water. Let them be poor. Let them be more poor, which is a sign of disrespect, man. You know, which is a sign of disrespect because some people they need food, they need water, they need everything to provide something for their self and for their kids, for their family members, and put a crime on that just like look yourself in the mirror, it's just disgusting, man.
Yep, it's very disgusting. You know what else is disgusting right now? The goddamn Clippers. The Clippers out here fucking up, and they gonna cost me a shot of winning $300 tonight.
I don't know why people listen to the Clippers. I always say the Nuggets. I always say I knew Nuggets gonna win that.
God damn. Get your shit together, motherfuckers.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though. They got JaVale McGee and Aaron Gordon. That's extra help right there. That's extra help right there, LB.
Man, fuck that. To get this shit together. Anyway. Right now, the motherfucker cost because it look like Atlanta Hawks is winning right now. If the Clippers cost me this money tonight, I'm mad. Look, I don't hear nothing about them being no goddamn NBA Finals contenders, man. Fuck that. All right, let's get back on topic here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to go on a goddamn rant. All right.
Go ahead, man.
So let's get back on this shit. Right? This is by design.
Yeah.
The only reason why these motherfuckers going out their way to try to skirt the system, right, and try to tip the scales of balance into their favor because they lost, right? You got that coon ass, chocolate milk that head having ass Raphael Warnock beat beat that white supremacist or that white extremist. What's that fucking bony ass bitch name? Kelly Loeffler, right? Now, mind you, Kelly Loeffler ain't from Georgia. She from Illinois. How the fuck is she a goddamn Georgia senator when she not even from there? Oh, I know how. When you give the governor a $2 million bribe, I mean $2 million donation, then yeah, that's how you become governor. I mean that's how you become the senator for Georgia, right? And then you had John Ossoff beat David Perdue, right? Because David Perdue campaign finance violations got outed amongst his other crimes and shit. Oh yeah, his insider trading, that's what it was. His insider trading got outed, and the motherfucker act like he had better things to do than to show up for a goddamn debate. I can't show up for the debate because President Trump's coming to town, so I got to be with President Trump. Okay, motherfucker. Well, you know what? You and Trump got all the time in the world that y'all can sit there, y'all can kiss, y'all can reminisce, y'all can play golf, y'all can play footsie, y'all can do y'all got all the time in the world to do all that shit now, because neither one of you bastards in power, right? And I love it.
So, in other words, politicians can do dirty shit, and they can be in power. You know what I'm saying? But when we clean as a whistle, you know what I'm saying, straighter than an arrow. You know what I'm saying? It's just like BS. We can be clean as a whistle and the straighter than the arrow, and we don't do nothing that's very, very dirty. We can't do nothing that's dirty. But when they do it, you know what I'm saying? When they do dirty stuff, it's like it's a agreement on what they do in politics. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really disappointed in that. Really disappointed in that. The press and everything else, You hear me, LB? You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, Shaw. Go ahead, Shaw. Anybody talking?
No,
It's really
I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream, man. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for being up here tonight, man. Sterling Young, JMJ 2121. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that was in the building tonight, man. Everybody that's gonna watch this video, man. I appreciate the love and support, man. We will on our way to 1,000. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icons. That way you get notified when a new video, a new live stream drops. And I'm gonna catch y'all on tomorrow. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. This your boy. Scream at me. Oh!